Okay. Go to it then.
So we're starting from here? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, start right there.
Right over here. Hello, how do you do? It's good to... Picture, and up. Would you like to roll on the floor? Let's roll on the floor. Hello, how do you do? It's a roll on the floor. I'm ready. It's a roll on the floor. It's good to be together here with you. And some. Would you like to hug? Would you like to hug? Would you like to hug? I want to give you a big hug. Hello, how do you do? It's a hug with you. Hello, how do you do? It's a hug with you.
Remember, if you have a problem, you stop it.
Thank you so much for coming and talking. I really appreciate that. Jay really needed a hug. Hello, how you doing? Would you like? Oh, thank you. Oh, time for my friend. Can I have a hug? Like a wrestling. I like to hug your Jay. I know you do. What's your problem?
Okay, I do too. Okay, that's good. Now, from this place, and I want to find out what this all felt like to each of you. You obviously had a good time, and you got done what you wanted to get done. And how did it feel here?
I felt comfortable because she put in let's hug, and I've been wanting to be right here with my mom. So it brought me into what they were doing, being able to interact with what I wanted to do with her, but she brought me into the group at the level where I felt comfortable.
Right. And how about you?
I felt good that she invited me in for a hug, but didn't mind that I moved back.
You didn't play well.
It didn't make me feel comfortable.
She just went along. It didn't make her feel any more comfortable or less comfortable. She was just going along with what the group was doing.
I guess I started to feel like I was belonged in the group because she included everything that I wanted to do. I wanted to run, I wanted to jump. I felt like I belonged.
She surprised and caught me off guard. Pitter patter. Good. An element of surprise. And a quiet one. Perfect. A great stage setting. Just to just think, I can be quiet. And you didn't, you were okay with the hugging and the embrace. So it was great.
Well, she caught me by surprise by quieting the way down, so I thought maybe stop. And but then I just kind of went back to my running around. I didn't know who to hug. And then you kind of looked at me, but you didn't look at me with any malice or anything. You just kind of acknowledged that I was running around, but it wasn't like I was a bad person or anything. You're not. Yeah. I know I'm disruptive. So I was thinking about finding somebody to hug.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So what you're saying is, somebody will get it. It's what you experienced, and you may have with all of them, as it sort of came into this group at the end, that when you didn't need to be controlled, but when what you wanted was recognized and acknowledged, then you felt like part of the group. Now, did any of you what did you discover in this process?
Children are a whole lot easier to control than them. that control really was an illusion. So I tried to, I do have things that I guess I try to impose, but it's not really, impose is not the word I'm wanting. Maybe I was making my goal too fixed and not taking into consideration then where everybody was, and not looking with big eyes to see exactly and where they were and what could I do in the physicality, with physicality, to bring them back in.
Very interesting. Peter Senge, you all know who he is? Okay, he is actually a business guru, but he talks about transformation, group transformation, and he has a latest book called Presence. And he's talking about, with the two other authors, he's talking about how you can let what's happening next arise from the group. There's a way of being, and it's the same thing as the we practice in the art of possibility. You can name the whole group, including yourself, as an entity. And you can put yourself in the shoes of the entity, which is different than the shoes of the teacher or different than the shoes of a child. First, you make up a story, and the story is a classroom is an entity. And it's being led by the vision that you come into a classroom with, or it's led by the principles of Tinder music. And then you step into the mind, heart, and shoes of the entity, and you say, what's best for us? Now, remember, you've got to have it led somewhere. You're leading by thinking that there's going to be, the children are going to develop in this classroom, or you're going to make a group work. What's best for us? And you just listen and feel. And out of the group arises the answer. And I think that as we went along in this, it got more and more to that place where in the last role play, the answer arose out of the group as to where to go. And of course, when you step into the shoes of the entity, you give up control. We're going to see in fact, we'll have a break after this, and then we're going to see a movie. And you're going to see something about control, which should never be in the hands of the teacher. It should be in the system. So, if you put children in a classroom, you've got certain control. The doors are closed. Right?
Sometimes.
Right?
Wait,
Yeah, right. Well, I was actually substituting in a daycare center in New York City at some tender age of 22 or something, and all the children got out of the building and were running down the street.